It's interesting. The trains up here are being dispatched by Dallas here in Texas. Same way with the Union Pacific Railroad. Their dispatchers are in Omaha, Nebraska, even though they're dispatching trains all the way out here.
Wow.
In fact, the Steel Bridge, they have to call Nebraska to get permission to open the bridge.
Interesting. You never think of that.
Yeah, it's amazing. That's what satellites are. They can, but they would have the same thing. They'd have the monitors and a lot more complicated than us, of course. But and the knobs for the switches were actually reproduced from an actual SP, Southern Pacific Railroad dispatch room. When they tore the Steel Bridge, there used to be an interlocking tower that they tore down, and SP gave us one of their panels, and so we went and copied the knobs. At least the panel's long gone, unfortunately. Yeah, Jackson here, he's the one that's been reprogramming and making this work. Of course, it's hard to see now. This is all part of the control. This track power, it's got detection and turnouts as the rest of the NAD wiring. The old analogs at DC, if you derail the train anywhere in the railroad, it would shut the entire railroad down. But now with the blocks, the circuit boards, we derail in one little section, it'll only shut down a piece of the railroad. So we don't, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Does it give you an alarm then, so you know there was a derailment?
Yeah, well, if it shorts out, you'll hear a chirp. Well, some people can hear the chirping, but when we were doing the testing, we actually put a speaker on it so we could really hear it. But some of the people can't hear the little chirping. Some of us can really hear it. You can hear it on the engine too. You can hear it chirping, which is weird when a lot of them don't have speakers yet. It's still chirp. You hear the chirping. It's really strange. So our model of the Steel Bridge, you'll see, actually lifts like the real thing, and that's the mechanism that pushes the train deck and the highway deck up. It came out of an old Xerox machine, the old one where the light bar would move across and back. One of our hobby store owners, I showed him what I wanted to do, and he goes, "I think I have something that'll work." And he, sorry, should let him talk and let everybody else come in. But he saw,
okay, up there.
been working now for like 20 years.
Wow.
Hopefully I get someone. A lot of our rewiring used to look like this. And we're going, I don't know how we got it to work, but after adding for DCC, again, this is another section. This just controls this corner of the railroad. The other piece I showed you there is along the front. There's 1, 2, 5 zones. I always have to count, I forget. It took us 2 years to rewire the main line. Of course, show got in the way, so we did half the railroad and then the other half. That's our version of Seattle. It's a staging yard. Some of our more modern trains would run here, go around the layout and come back. In Spokane, I'll show you in a bit, same thing. They have another spiral. This is our spiral or helix. And it's how we get trains from the lower deck up to the main line. Call it the racetrack. also run really long trains of 100 cars, 150.
Wow.
Problem is they can't go up this spiral, so we can only go one way. We come out the other one down here, through the yard, down around here, and all the way back to the other side of the railroad. Goes under the walkway where everyone walks. But miles of wiring. I mean, like I said, it took us just 2 years to do the main line alone. We're still not. We've been rewiring 6 years now, 7 years. We're almost done. We got a couple of the yards that still need to be rewired, and our Oregon trunk line. Still got an hour before trains. Although they might start, some will be moving trains later.
Yeah, you said they were gonna start earlier.
Yeah.
So we'd have a chance to
And
see
you
them.
guys could see it, yeah. They'll start running full bore at 10 o'clock. That's when we let general admission people in. I think they're done talking up there, so.
What kind of controllers do you use?
DCC is MCE. Yeah, and we got two different controls. Most of the ones we use on the main line are, I forget what they are, those blocks. We also have the hammerhead that we use. Don't use them, especially the programs which can program. You don't want someone accidentally programming an engine. We also found out if you're on the main line and you try to program an engine on the main line, you're reprogramming everything. So we have two programming tracks. Eventually we'll have counterbalances, so the train deck goes up, counterbalances will go down. Our version of Oaks Park. And someone was asking about different scales. Over there is our only little section of Z scale. It's our version of Shady Dell Malala Train Park. There in Malala, Oregon. The park there, the trains are about this big that you can actually ride them. And what we did, we used Z scale, but we have HO scale people in the cars represent scale. There you go. Which is scary because who lifted the bridge? The bridge.
This is how cities are built.
Huh?
This is how cities are built.
Yeah.
How are these cars getting their power?